Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tips Over Tea. I am Nicole, your host. I am excited to be talking with Courtney today about it's not normal to get sick in the winter. I know it's not something that they talk about on the news or mainstream social media or anything like that. So if this sounds like something that you would like to subscribe to, not getting sick in the winter, go ahead and grab your notebook, grab your tea, maybe even grab a friend and listen in. I'll see you soon. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tips Over Tea. I am so excited to welcome Courtney to the show today. Courtney, thank you so much for your time and for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I love watching your tips over tea, and I just want to bring value today. So I appreciate you for inviting me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I know you will bring some value because getting sick in the winter is so deeply ingrained in us that it's normal. And I love the fact that you want to shed some light on that not being normal. So, tell me, how did you figure out that it's not normal? Like, that's not something you just like, because it's such a like you see it on the news, it's flu season, and everybody buys into that. And, so how did you realize, and when did you come to realize that that is not really a normal thing for us?
So that's a great question. I wish I had known earlier because I love living. I'm in New Jersey and I do love the seasons, but I seriously would dread the winter, especially after having children, because I thought, here we go. We're all just going to get sick again
Mhm.
because it's the winter and these little children are little germ bots. They just bring everything home. And I would just land on an antibiotic myself. It would start with a postnasal drip and land me on an antibiotic. My kids, ear infections, the coughs. But long story short, I've been in the fitness space for 30 plus years. I'm aging myself. Love that space. Thought it was pretty healthy, but it wasn't until 9 years ago that I was introduced to a whole concept of fruits and vegetables and juicing in a capsule. I
Mm.
like to call them plant powders. And the gal had shared with me that there was a way that we could bridge our nutritional gaps between what we eat and what we should eat every day. Now, initially, I had thought, oh, goodness, being in the fitness space, you do get bombarded with so much stuff, weight loss programs, supplements. And I initially had put these plant powders in that category of it being a supplement. And that's when she said it holds a nutrition label, not a supplement label, and it's backed by gold standard research. So that caught my ear because I do love sciences. I went to school for chem and bio, so I do love the sciences. That's the
Mhm.
analytical geek in me. So what I found was that literally it was just juice and dried. Company figured out, it's a 50-year-old company, how to get the nutrition, the micronutrition, the vitamins, the minerals that are all naturally occurring in fruits and vegetables into capsules. And so that's where my journey started. I was very, very skeptic, like I said, but because of the research that was done, the gold standard research of people actually taking it, that it could support, it's been proven to support your immune system. I thought, why not? And also I have a family health history that I don't want to sign up for: heart disease, cancer, you name it. And I know that the more fruits and vegetables that we eat, that disease and illness just goes down. And so it just made sense for me to not only for me to take it, but also give it to my children.
Mhm.
We're not getting the quality nor the variety, nor the amount. 9 to 13 servings is what we're supposed to eat each and every day. And so any day, every day, let alone any day, I was not doing that. And definitely not my husband. So we started, that was 9 years ago, but I really wasn't expecting anything in the beginning.
Mhm.
But what I was learning was about the science and why it's important to get that, what we call the rainbow, and that food synergy of fruits and vegetables into your diet each and every day.
Mhm.
And what I started to notice as we went into the winter season was that, the longer that we were on it and taking these plant powders, my kids' immune systems were so much stronger. If they did get anything, it was very, very short lived.
Mhm.
So back to 9 years ago, I should have started a journal. So if you don't journal, keep a journal, because I wish I kept track of all the changes that occur. But what I can tell you is that we only go for well visits. We've
Mm-hmm.
never been for a sick visit. It's got to be at least 8 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And, we were an antibiotic family. And so even myself, and I was just saying to myself, well, I'm pretty healthy. Like, why do I keep getting sick? It's
Yeah.
just because when we exercise, we create something that's called oxidative stress.
Yeah.
So we're all breathing, when we're eating, we're walking, we're just creating oxidative stress in our body. It's just inevitable. And the
Mm-hmm.
only way that we can naturally keep that stress and that free radical damage that's happening inside our bodies at bay is to eat more plants, because they have those phytochemicals, those phytonutrients that keep that inflammation down. So, which is where all disease and illness stems from. So it all made sense. So I started to just really educate myself about
Yeah.
what it is that we were putting in our bodies.
Yeah.
And I started to understand, okay, this is why we're not getting sick. And if my kids do get anything, it's very, very short lived. It's
Yeah.
like gone in a day. Um, so that's when I realized, and that was just about 8 years ago. We've been taking it for 9 years, and we haven't gone for sick visits since.
Love it. And there's so many points that I want to just like circle back around. So the first one, I love that you brought up your family history that you are choosing not to subscribe to, because a lot of people have it in their mind that if diabetes or heart disease is in their family, they're going to get it. But I love to share that you don't have to activate that, right? Your diet and lifestyle can prevent or greatly reduce your chances of going down that path. And it really does depend on your diet and lifestyle. So I love that you brought that up.
Yeah. 80,
Yeah.
85% of all chronic disease and illness is preventable through, lifestyle, nutrition. And that's a Bill Sears quote. So,
Yes, yes, it is. And it's so interesting about that. Another point that came to mind as you were talking is a lot of times because of the diet industry did such a great job in making people think that they can work off what they ate. And the way that you articulated that two things. One, the oxidative stress part, right? While it is good for you, it still can create free radicals in your system, which can create cell damage. But what makes exercise good for you is it's supporting your already healthy lifestyle. It's not helping you get to a healthy lifestyle. It's supporting where you are and where you're trying to go. Not it is focus. Like usually when I start working with clients, if they have if exercise needs to be part of their program, I work on their diet and lifestyle first and then incorporate exercise, because people like to run and overdo things and their body is just not ready. And then if they get hurt, their recovery time takes a long time because they don't have the healthy stuff to back them up, right? So that's what
exactly.
came to mind as you were sharing that too.
Absolutely. And believe me, I was one of those people when I was growing up, started in the fitness space when I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to exercise to be healthier, that whole mindset. But truly, the more you exercise, the better the nutrition, the better you have to take care of really what you're putting into your body, because your body wants to heal itself.
Yeah.
And it will just continue to take from your body what it needs in order to try to heal itself.
Yeah.
So if you're not giving it what it needs, it's going to start to break down, and it's going to show up in other ways. It could be injury. It could be, sickness.
Mm-hmm.
It really is amazing. So the whole mind shift change. I'm not a perfect eater. I always like tell people, they think, oh, you're such a health nut. Believe me, I have certain things that I like to eat, but it was a mindset shift for
Yeah.
me, thinking that I was healthy, but really what I realized is that I was just very fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And I know that I had spoken with people who've done fitness and bodybuilding competitions, and um, we think that all of the defined muscle means you're healthy, and a lot of times they have to eat really poorly to get their bodies to that space, and that's why the diet is not sustainable. It's really like just preparing for the competition
mhm.
is a whole different diet, and some people they don't recover very well from it, just depending on your body. But it's so interesting that we think that the fitness portion is the big we still think that the fitness portion is the biggest part, and it's really not. It's the nutrition. And phyto, for those who don't know, means plant, correct?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's,
Yeah, it's phyto. Yep.
it's okay, yeah.
Phytonutrients. Yep. And the
Yeah.
easiest way I can explain the breakdown of what happens as far as oxidation to people so they can see it, because we don't feel that as
Right.
necessarily. We don't feel that process actually taking place until we get sick, or
Yeah.
we don't feel well, or something, you hurt yourself. So if you cut an apple open and you put lemon juice on one slice and you leave the other slice just sitting out, what happens is the slice that doesn't have the lemon juice, it starts to turn brown. That's oxidation.
Mm-hmm.
The side that has the lemon juice or lemons have what they call antioxidants or phytonutrients that will not allow that apple to turn brown. And so that's the protecting part. That's the phytonutrients. That's the fruits and vegetables that we need to get into our body to help protect ourselves against the oxidative stress. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, I love that. um, Breathing is good, and it's can also create that. And
yeah,
so
breathing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it all goes together. It's not only
Yes.
your nutrition, like you said, it's a lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
sleep,
Mm-hmm.
meditation, your spirituality, um, your drinking water. I mean, if I could leave anything with, one little tip, just drinking more water, breathing each and every day, going outside and taking, 10 deep breaths,
Mm-hmm.
in through your nose, out through your mouth is incredible. It all
Mm-hmm.
works together. You can't do one without the other. So
Yeah.
you do need to do all of those things to feel your best. If you want to live your life to the plus, is that's what we like to say. It's just
Mm-hmm.
doing all those simple things each and every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that it's a simple thing. It just takes intention until it becomes a habit.
Hmm. Yes. And the water drinking, if I could leave you a tip, I usually have it down here with me, but you take your body weight and you divide your body weight in half, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how many ounces of water is a good target to shoot for.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have a 32-ounce bottle, I will put on there 4 rubber bands, and I will try to drink 4 of those. I mean, I won't get quite there, but maybe 3. But as I drink one, I just move the rubber band up.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had that visual. Again, it's creating that habit,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it will tremendously. If you just do one thing at a time,
Yeah.
that's where I feel most people have more success. Work
Yeah.
on your water for a month or so,
Yeah.
just focus on that,
Yeah.
and build that habit.
And I also have a tip. I personally like drinking my water out of a wine glass. Like the wine glass is 8 ounces. So I and it doesn't feel as much. Like I tried with the big bulky thingies, and it just feel like it was like overwhelming for me. It's like that's a lot of water to try to drink. But I sip on that wine glass as I'm working, and it is empty, and then I get up and go get some more, and it's cool. Now, if you're in the office, maybe get one that's plastic and not glass. I don't know, whatever works. But I will bring like
Something pretty,
yeah,
right? Something
yeah,
pretty. Yeah, that's why I say get yourself either like a wine glass. I love that idea. or like a pretty water bottle, something
Mm-hmm.
that you want to carry around with you that looks good,
Mm-hmm.
that, you wouldn't want to leave behind. Yep. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. And as you increase your water intake, because if people have a tendency like cravings and or they feeling hungry, and that's another thing that comes to mind is a lot of times we feel hungry, but it's really dehydration. Most people are chronically dehydrated. So as
You're
you
right.
drink as you drink more water, you'll tend to not be as hungry as often. You'll not crave as much as many things because your body is it's fulfilling that need. So those two things just came to mind as well.
I love that. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's incredible at the end of the day, this may sound terrible, but we could put ourselves in a little jar. We're mostly water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like fruits and vegetables are mostly water,
Which is
so
why, yeah. So that's
yeah.
and that for those who have a hard time drinking water. I mean, granted, we don't know how much water is in the fruits and vegetables, but that counts towards your water intake. So
Mhm.
eat more fruits and veggies.
That's right. Definitely less sickness, less illness, and if you can grow it yourself, for
Yeah,
sure is even better because you're getting what's called vine ripened nutrition. Unfortunately, the stuff at the grocery store is not allowed to vine ripen. They
yeah,
pick it 2 weeks prior to where all the nutrients are coming into the plant. So if they waited till that process took place, by the time it got to us, I'm in New Jersey, most of our leafy greens come from California, especially in the wintertime, it
mm-hmm.
wouldn't look good and people
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't buy it.
Yeah,
So you have to consume an insurmountable amount
yeah,
of plants to to make it make sense that it's doing something, because
yeah,
if you're just not getting the nutrition that you're thinking. So if you grow it yourself, you know that you're getting all that nutrition and
yeah.
you know exactly what's on it. It's pesticides, fungicides, whatever. If you don't want to put any of that stuff on there, it's clean and
Mm-hmm.
100% organic.
I love that. I love
Hmm.
that. So
I
if
can
you don't
show you
have,
if you want. I do
yeah,
have.
yeah, take us. And as
They
you're
will
walking
take.
us there, yeah, as you're walking us there, I'll, the other alternative, if you don't have your own way of growing a garden, look for local stuff as much as possible too,
Yes,
because
for sure.
yeah, farmers markets, stuff like that. Although I will say I like the convenience of having your own right there in the house.
Yes, it
For
is
me,
very, very convenient.
I imagine so. I subscribe to a CSA for now until I start growing my own. And the CSA is local, and you just go pick it up from the grocery store, which is nice.
I
So
love it.
yeah,
So let me see how I turn my camera around. How do I do that?
I don't know. I've actually never walked with anybody on the show. You might just have to flip it around and well, that works too. Should have to pop back in.
So yeah, I don't know how to turn my camera around, but
That's not a problem. We can still see it very well. Look how beautiful that is. So, share with us what we are observing.
okay. So it's called a tower garden.
Hmm.
It's a aeroponic, hydroponic growing system where you can grow your own fruits and vegetables
Hmm.
with no dirt or soil.
Mm.
So you come down here, it's actually on right now, but
Hmm.
there is a reservoir that holds the water and the nutrients, and it has a pump in the bottom,
Hmm.
and the water goes on and off, and it trickles down on the roots on the inside, and then the plants just grow out.
Nice.
And it grows 3 times faster than a traditional garden because the production cycle is so much quicker.
Mm.
And right now it is sunny, it's beautiful, and I'm wondering how much longer, being in New Jersey because it's cold here, that I'm going to be able to keep this bad boy outside. So
Yeah.
I do roll it inside my garage at nighttime you do have to keep the plants from frost. So you
Yeah.
either have to cover it or bring it indoors. But the leafy greens, they love the cooler weather.
Yep.
So it's doing great. I'm wondering if maybe this week I'll have to, take all the plants out. And I do have my indoor garden indoors. I have another one so I could get an early start on my winter crop. So, but this is probably the latest I've ever had my outdoor tower garden outdoors.
Mm.
So it's incredible. It grows. You can see that there's these little pods, what they're called, little pods or spots here. There's 20 in one tower, so you can grow 20 different plants all at once, and then you can get extension kits and grow even more and go more vertical.
Let's have a community garden. That would be fun.
Yes, we do actually have people that do get 12 or more, and then there's also folks that do tower garden farms, where this is how they actually grow their produce, because it's only using 10% of the water source that they would normally use in a traditional garden. So it's very sustainable. And it's the size of it. This is the bigger one as far as the base. We do have a smaller base one. It takes up less space, so people can bring it indoors and grow year round with it. So less waste.
Yeah.
Healthier. Yeah. So it's awesome. I do love it.
I imagine so, and it makes sense. For the indoor ones, does it require like light, or how does that work? Because sunlight and all that.
Yes,
you could be in a sunny room, or how do you make that work?
Yeah, you definitely need lights. They come with grow lights. I'm going to show you my indoor tower.
Okay.
I do not have the new efficient, amazing lights that they have right now. I actually started indoor growing before they came out with the lights. So I ended up getting some lights like off market. And so this is the lights that I have now. But the new lights sit on top, and they're like arms, and they bend, and you can move them, and so much nicer. But these work for now.
Yeah.
And I actually have some empty spots in here, so I am going to definitely, once I'm done with the outside tower, put some more plants in here. I just can't keep up with all the produce. I know that sounds crazy, but I literally did an Instagram live today. If people are local, I have so much food. So I love that I can just offer it to, my local neighbors and friends.
Yeah. So I'll actually be in New Jersey next weekend, so maybe I can swing by.
Definitely. Absolutely.
We'll touch base on that. What was I going to say? So, because you have a house, what about people who have smaller, like that still looks pretty big, but I know you have customers and clients who probably live in apartments in smaller areas. How do they work in that environment? Have you found any challenges with it, or?
That actually the tower, they came out with a tower garden home, which is a much smaller base. It's only like a foot wide at the base, and where this one is more like two and a half feet wide at the base. So it can actually fit where you would put an end table. Okay. Because of that reason, people were saying, we want something that's a little bit more suitable for smaller spaces. And that was actually part of our big launch in the UK, because they have a lot of smaller spaces over there as well. The plates are small, everything's smaller over there. That's probably why they're so much healthier than we are. But anyway, so they came out with that, and the height of it, is the same Everything else is the same except for the base. The base is smaller, so you could fit it where you would put an end table.
Okay.
So if you do have an apartment, it'll work. So that's awesome. There's like really, they thought of everything, and it just keeps getting better. So
I love that. I love that. That is so cool.
I don't know if you can hear it still. I have my headset on, so
yes. Yep,
it's very soothing. So
it is. It sounds like a fountain.
Yes, you can go over and take your deep breaths by your tower.
Which is cool because you got the plants are giving you, you know, the oxygen, and you've got the water sound and some candles and dim light. And just meditate.
Yes.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. Very I exercise cool. Over here all the time. So it's pretty cool. And my dog, I have dogs. You know, my dog doesn't really bother us. Some dogs do bother them. They like to eat the plants. Mine will eat the plants, but only if I give it to them. So
that's funny. That's good to know too, especially if you have the 12 dogs. My pup probably wouldn't reach it. She's a dachshund, so we're good.
But that is one thing I'm glad that I'm talking about that is because outdoors where I live, I'm literally surrounded by animals. Deer, they destroy our arborvitaes. But for whatever reason, I'm thinking it's because the plants, because of that where they are, and the pump is set to a timer. It goes on and off. That it scares the deer, it scares the animals, and so they don't bother. I know there are some brave animals out there, so I have seen some people talk about their towers and animals, but I had never had any problems. So I consider myself blessed. Absolutely. But definitely, you know, indoor in ground gardens though, my neighbors, the animals just destroy them. I would be so brokenhearted.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is. Oh, at least their animals are healthy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I know there are talk about like different types of seeds. I was in some clubhouse room and they were talking about heirloom seeds and whatever. So how is there, well, a couple of questions are coming to mind. So what types of seeds can you get? And is there a subscription or a requirement for the types of seeds? Do you have to get the seeds from the company? How does all that work?
So once you have your tower garden unit, everything that you need to get growing comes with it. They will send you, you know, some seeds to get growing, the nutrients, everything that you need to get growing. But as far as the seeds, you can go wherever you want to get your seeds. So, you know, there are some really good companies out there that have really good seeds. So I like Johnny seeds. I've always had success with Johnny seeds, but there are quite a few really good ones out there. You do have to be careful where you get your seeds from, but you're not required to get them through Tower Garden. You can go. The unit itself, once you have it, you really don't need to get anything else through Tower Garden and Juice Plus. So you can get them wherever you want.
Awesome. Yeah, just trying to think of questions people may have.
Everything that if you're a brown thumb like me, I didn't really get into that, but I honestly did not want to get one of these towers because I kill cactus. Everybody laughs when I say that because I have two beautiful towers that have been growing now. It took a little time for me because I was totally clueless. But I was glad that I stuck it out because the health benefits, I mean, so many benefits. I'm saving so much. I spent so much money on my produce and some of it I threw away. It just broke my heart. And so if you're a brown thumb like me, just know if I could do it, you could do it.
I appreciate that for sure. And you know what came to mind too as you were sharing about having to throw produce away. So I bought a compost thingy. It's a tumbler, and so anytime I have, like when I cut up vegetables, anything that I'm not going to eat, I put in the compost thing, and So if you do have vegetables that you can no longer eat, unfortunately, you can compost it and create some beautiful soil. Because I feel like my yard could really, once it turns into soil, my yard will really benefit from that. So that's why I started doing that. And because I just hate it, I was like, I know something could be done with these better. So I was like,
Absolutely.
I want to compost. That would be
Yes.
a whole nother uh, conversation for sure.
Yes. Yes. And I'm sure you could teach me a few things. I'm learning. I'm going to dive into the dirt a little bit, I think, this year. But
Yeah.
it's any way that you can grow your own food,
Hmm.
just to try to do it, however you do it, if it's through the tower, if it's just going to be way better for you, for your health, for everything. Yeah.
Hmm. Your health
Get
and
you
your pocket.
everything. Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
And you're
Awesome.
and you're helping. It's helping. You're helping the earth. You're helping.
Yeah.
Be greener.
Yeah.
Greener, healthier, sustainable. Yep.
Mhm.
So it's all good.
Love it. That's beautiful. And that is how you prevent from getting sick in the winter.
Yes, that's how you do it. Just
Yeah.
eating more plants, drinking more water, sleep, exercise, all the things I think most of us know we should be doing. Um, the nutrition part though it can be tricky. It's just because of the quality of the nutrients. It's just
Yeah.
not there anymore. So
Mhm. Yep. Well, this has been a beautiful conversation. I always like as we come to a close, I want to give you the opportunity to share if you have any groups you would like to invite people to, workshops coming up, specials, whatever have you. Of course, your information will be posted in the description, or is posted in the description, and how people can reach out to you. But if there's anything else that you feel called to share, please do so.
yeah, so we do have a really awesome Facebook group. It's called Health and Vitality Makes One Simple Change. So if you are someone that is looking just to be encouraged to live a healthier lifestyle in a way that is doable and fun, and you won't, be a struggle. We're just all about keeping things simple and
Mhm.
helping people create, like you said, the habits over time, because
Yeah.
those are the things that will keep you healthier in the long run.
Yeah.
So we do have that Facebook group. And then if you're on Clubhouse, I do host a room with my friend Jason. It's called Just for the Health of It. Keep it simple, sweetie. And we do that every Thursday
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So we
Awesome.
talk about things all health and wellness.
Love
So
it.
that's where you could find me. And I just love just to be a support arm and encourage people any way that I can.
I I second that. That's ever since I've met you, that's what I got. So I
Thank you,
appreciate.
Nikki.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sharing and bringing this information to the to the world. Whoever catches this video, and I hope they reach out to you, ask you more questions, get in touch, learn more, and get their home garden started. That would be awesome.
Thank you. I hope they do too,
Yeah.
somehow, some way.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. All right. Well, this ends our show for the day. As always, a wonderful conversation. I want to thank you all who's catching us live and those who have caught us later. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you got a lot of great nuggets. Please like, subscribe, share if you think anyone could use this information. That is my whole goal, is just to bring options to people, just awareness and different things like that. So that is my intent. And I will see you guys next time. So, ciao.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the bell so you'll be notified anytime we upload a new video or go live. And as always, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to post it in the comments. We're always checking that. In the meantime, have a great rest of your day.